Dear students, welcome back to the online course on the signals and a system. In the previous classes, we have studied about the basic elementary signals and the operations on signals. By using the basic elements and the operations on signals, we have drawn some various types of signals. According to the question, we have drawn the various types of signals based on the elementary and the operations and signals. Now, in this class, I am going to give the introduction about the systems, as the first unit deals with the definitions and classifications of signals and system. So far we have studied the complete things about the signals, so now we have to concentrate on systems. Anyway, compared to the signals, a system will be the very simple part, and it is small part, so that we can complete this is in 2 or 3 classes only. So now I am going to cover the introduction and the classifications of signal systems in this particular video. Then, what is a system? What is a system? In general, system is a device with a set of elements or functional blocks which are connected together and produce an output in response to the input signal. If you take any system in the world, for example, if you take the a fan, that is an electrical system in which some various components are interconnected to produce one particular function, that is rotating of the fan. So if you take any other example like a motor, if you take the motor, in the motor also it is an example for the electrical system in which some various components are connected together to produce a function of a mechanical work. So here the point is very clear. The system is a device, it is a physical device which process the input signal, and it is going to accomplish one particular function, that is nothing but it is going to give the new type of signal. If we take the example of the electrical motor, it can accept the signal, that is electrical signal, and the output of that signal is a mechanical work, so that it processes the input signal and it delivers the new signal, that is a mechanical work. So definition is very simple. A system is a physical device that generates the response or output. We can say a system is a physical device that generates the response or the output signal for a given input signal. Very simple manner. That means what? Whatever we can get the output, that output in response to the input signal only. The concept of system is applicable to the various fields like electronics, electrical, communications, chemical, mechanical, etc. The actual physical structure of system determines the exact relation between the input and output that specify the output for every input signal. For example, if I go with the one electronic system, that is a mobile charger, in general we can call in the electronic terminology, it can be called as a rectifier circuit, to which we can give the input is AC signal and which generates the DC signal. That means what? That signal may undergo with the many manipulations inside the system, so that system can able to generate the new type of new type of signal. That means based on the system properties, based on the system operations, the input is going to manipulate into the new type of signal, such we can call it is output signal. So whatever we can get the output signal, it is purely dependent on the input signal and as well as the system behavior. Output signal is dependent on the input signal, which type of signal we have been applying, and the to which device we have been applying, and based on these two things we can expect the required signal. So anyway, we are going to study the various definitions for the system. System is a physical device. As simple, it is a physical entity which can generate the response or the output signal for a given input signal. It is very simple definition. If you go with any signal, it generates the output. It generates the output in response to the input signal. In response to the input signal, that output signal is purely dependent on the operations performed by the system and the which type of signal we have applied as a signal. So in simple, I can simplify the definition of the system. System is nothing but it is a physical entity that manipulates one or more signals to accomplish a function, thereby it produces the new signal. So system, if you take the system, it takes the one or more input signal and it processes those input signals, and it produces the new output signal by accomplishing a function. We have the many examples for the system. We have the many example for the system. If you go with the various system, for example, human body is a system. It is a meaningful interconnection of various parts. Meaningful interconnection of the various parts inside the human body, and again that we can find some intense parts of the human body that are connected in a meaningful way. That is the best example for the biological system. Physical system, if you take the example for the physical system, the chair is the best example for the physical systems. That means what? That wood is meaningfully connected. Electrical system, the motor is the best example for the electrical system. Electronic system, the mobile is the best example for the electronic system. So system is nothing but it is a meaningful interconnection of physical devices and components, or it is a meaningful interconnection of subsystem. Subsystem is nothing but it is an interconnection of devices and components. A system by itself cannot achieve any function. For example, I am having a mobile charger. Without giving any signal to that mobile charger, it cannot achieve any function. That means what? If we are having the system, we have to apply the input signal such that input signal may undergo with the many manipulations inside the system, so that it will generate the new output signal. The point is noted here. A system by itself cannot achieve any function. It has to be connected with input signal. Then only that input signal may undergo with the many manipulations such that it can able to produce the new output signal. This is the system definitions. In many ways, I am defining the system so that if you are good at these systems, then we can go for the classifications of system. A system may be viewed as an interconnection of the various components and their operations, which transform the input signal into an output signal with the properties are different from those of input signal. So system is a physical device which processes the input signal and it generates the output signal, so that whatever the input signal is having the properties which are different from the output signal. We are getting the complete new signal compared to the input signal, so that we can compare the properties also, so that properties will be different, completely different to the input signal. That operation, which type of output that system is going to be generated, will be dependent on the operation, which will be dependent on the type of the system which is used and the type of the input signal which is used. These two will have the complete effect over the output signal. So this is about the system. These are the system definitions. If you go with the block diagram of system, Any system, you can take the any system in the world. For example, if you take the electrical system, that is a electrical motor is the best example. Motor is the electrical device which converts the electrical energy into the mechanical energy. Energy is also a signal. And if you go with the mobile charger, that is also the best example for the system. Mobile charger which takes the input of alternating current. It is mobile, and the mobile charger is also the best example for the system, mobile charger. So in particular, I am taking the mobile charger. Mobile charger take the input of the AC signal, that is alternating current, and that system here we are calling it is a mobile charger, so that alternating current may undergo with the many manipulations inside the system, so that it delivers the output, that is a DC signal. And if you go with the some physical system, that is chair is a system, it is a physical system. That means what? All the required things are meaningfully connected to have the proper seating on the chair. Chair is also best example for the system. Here the point is noted that system may be anything. It is a physical entity in which some components are meaningfully interconnected, and the system is going to accept the input signals such that process the input signal, so that it will deliver the new output signal. New output signal will have the different characteristics or the different properties with respect to the input signal. This is the definition of the system. The concept of system can be applied any field of engineering. If you go with any branch of engineering, there will be some type of system. If you go with the computer science, the laptop is the best example for the system. And if you go with the mechanical engineering, the motor is the best example for the mechanical engineering. Electrical engineering, fan is the best example for the electrical system. Likewise, if you go with any field of engineering, we can find the many examples for the system. System is nothing new. It is a physical entity which process the input signal to accomplish a function and which produce the new type of signal, that is called output in accordance with the input signal. So then I am going with the block diagram of a system here. This is a system to which I am applying a signal, that is x of t. X of t is which type of signal? It is a continuous time system. It is a continuous time signal, and output I am getting the y of t. Here the condition is that y of t is not equals to x of t. If simply the system, if we give the input is x of t, then that is providing the output is also x of t. There is no meaning of the system. System has to process that input signal, it has to accomplish a function, it has to generate the output, new output. So now x of t is an input signal, it is a continuous time signal, and it is y of t is also a new continuous time. So both are the continuous time signals only, but this is x of t and this is y of t. This y of t got generated in accordance with the x of t. This y of t got generated in accordance with the x of t. This system accepted that x of t, so that x of t gone with the many manipulations inside the system, so that it is converted into new signal, that is y of t. So now we can call this x of t. Now we can call this x of t is a input signal. This is, we can call it is input signal. Input signal. Input signal, sometimes it is also called as excitation. Input signal sometimes is also called as excitation, or the source signal, or the input signal. Output signal, we can call it is simply, if it is input and this will be the output, and the output is also called as a response. The terminology is very, very important. Input remains same and excitation also remains same. Source also remains same. We can call it input is also called as source. In that cases, then output is also called as destination. We can call input as a source or excitation, and the output we can call it is a response or destination. Here the point is very clear. Output is generated in accordance to the input signal and in accordance to the type of the system which is used. So that here we have applied the x of t, but we got the y of t. That means what? X of t gone with the many manipulations. That means what? Some operations are performed on x of t. Some operations are performed on x of t inside the system. This is inside the system. Operations are performed inside the system on a input signal, so that it is go with the many manipulations, so that it will have the new output, that is y of t now. So now this is a system, assume that, and to which we have applied the x of t, and x of t is accepted by the system, so that that signal may undergo with the many manipulations inside the system, so that it has generated the y of t. How we got the y of t? We have applied the x of t to the system. Inside the system, x of t gone with many manipulations inside the system, so that now we got the new signal, that is y of t. That means what? X of t only transformed into y of t. X of t only transformed into y of t. In other words, y of t is transformed version of x of t. Y of t is nothing but it is a transformed version of x of t, so that we can call it is y of t is nothing but it is a transformed version of x of t, where t we can call it is a transfer function. We can call t is a transfer function. Transfer function is nothing but the type of operations which are performed on the signal. Each t is nothing but it is a transfer function. Transfer function is nothing but operations, the type of operations which are performed on x of t. Due to that x of t operations, we got the y of t. So that t is nothing but we have that is called as transfer function. So that y of t is equals to transfer function applied on x of t. Transfer function is decided by the system properties. Transfer function is decided by the system. If the system transfer function is to give the delayed signal, so that y of t is nothing but it is a delayed signal to the x of t. If the transfer function of system is defined in such a way that to give the advanced signal, so that y of t will be the advanced signal to the x of t. In such a way, we can have the output signal. That output signal is purely dependent on the two things. One is based on the input signal which we applied, and the based on the system to which we applied the input signal. In the inside, whatever the operations are going to be carried on the input signal, and that will define the type of the output signal we can expect by the system and the input signal. So that here the point is very clear. This is a system. System may be anything. We have given the many definitions for the system. System may be anything which manipulates the one or more input signals, and to complete the one particular function, and it generates the new output signal. Another way, the system is nothing but it is a meaningful interconnection of various physical component to accomplish a function, and such that it is going to give the one particular new function. Function is also called as signal. In the beginning of the signals and system course, I told that function is nothing but it is signals only. That means what? Sometimes we can call signals also functions. So these are the whatever the basic or the introduction is needed to study the remaining part of the systems. Now we are going to study some classifications of the system. So as we studied the classifications of signals, that is continuous time signals and discrete time signals, that is power signals, energy signals, then odd signal, even signals. Likewise here also we are having some five types of systems. First system is named as continuous time system. First system is called as continuous time system. Here the continuous time system and the discrete time system. This is the best example for the continuous time system. See this one. Here the x of t we have given, it is a continuous time signal, and the output is also the continuous time signal, so that if a system is completely dealing with the continuous time signals only, then that system is named as continuous time system. The best example for the continuous time system is a mobile charger. Mobile charger input is a continuous time system, continuous time signal, that is signal is there for every instant of time, whereas the output is also the continuous time, that is DC signal. At every instant of time there is a signal, so that this continuous time system is the best example. For the continuous time system, best example is electrical motor or mobile. And coming to the next one is a discrete time system. Discrete time system is a one which completely deals with discrete signals only. That means what? Input is discrete signal, that is discrete signal is denoted with the x of n, we know that, and the output of that discrete system is y of n, but y of n is not equals to x of n. But here x of n is one discrete time signal, y of n is another discrete time signal, so that both are not equal. That means what? If a system is completely processing the discrete time signals, then that system is named as it is a discrete time system. Discrete time system, the best example for the discrete time system, all the digital circuits that are adders, subtractors, registers, counters, all the examples for the discrete time. And coming to the next one is a static and dynamics. Static and dynamic, that means what? If a system output is purely dependent, if a system output is purely dependent on the present input signal, then that system is named as it is a static system. If a system output is not only dependent on present input signals but also dependent on the future inputs also, then that is called a dynamic system. The best example for the static system is multiplexer, demultiplexer, but the best example for the dynamic, that is all the sequential circuits in the digital electronics you studied, that comes under the dynamic. Sequential circuit is a one in which previous output can be acted as an input, or you can go with the feedback amplifiers, the best example for the dynamic system. And coming to the next one is a causal and non-causal. If a system is dependent on, if a system output is dependent on present and past inputs, not on the future, then that is called as causal, otherwise it will be the non-causal. So likewise we have the around 5 types of system, and from these systems topics we can expect the 110 marks question. How we can expect the question? In what way we can have the question? By giving the one system output, that is y of t is equals to 2x of t plus 2 plus x of t. This is the output expression of a system. That means what? We have we have the system. Assume that this is a system. This is a system to which we have given the input is x of t. Input is x of t. That means what? X of t is going with the many manipulations inside the system, so that it is generated the y of t. That y of t we got in accordance with the input signal, that is x of t. That is y of t is equals to 2x of t plus 2 plus x of t. By giving the questions like this, we have to test that system is a continuous time system or discrete time, because it is continuous time only, x of t, it is y of t. That means what? Input and output are both are continuous only, so that it is a continuous time. And they will ask, test that system, given system is whether static or dynamic, whether causal or non-causal, whether linear or non-linear, whether time variant or time invariant, whether digital or analog. Whether digital or analog system, so that in such a way we can expect the 110 marks question in the topic of systems and systems are very simple compared to the signals. Even signals also very simple if you have the logical thinking and if you have the knowledge of basic mathematics plotting the signals, then that will be very simple. And in coming classes I am going to complete this systems with the 1 or 2 classes. This first unit will be completed. In second unit we are going to study the Fourier transform applied on the signals, and third unit we are going to study the Fourier series applied on the various signals. For all these for all the remaining 4 units, the basic is completely first unit only. First unit we have to be very perfect so that we can easily understand, or we can get the full taste of the signals and system. So that I am requesting you student, please concentrate more on the signals and system. If you are good at the signals and system, that will improve your logical thinking, and that will improve your analytical skills by applying the various conditions in your real life also. So thank you students, and don't waste the time, and be home and prepare well for the exams, and try to write the running notes from each and every subject, and don't forget to subscribe each and every channel of the individual faculty. If you subscribe the channel, then that directly you can get the accessing of that particular videos, so that you no need to wait for the class until that particular faculty is going to post the class. So that be cautious and don't go outside, and the situation is too tough outside, and try to write the notes from shared videos. And with this introduction and the classifications of systems are complete, and the next class I am going to take one particular system, and I am going to explain that system with respect to the one example, so that we are going to see the various types of systems in coming classes. Thank you students.